Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. I definitely know where I want to go. I definitely do. I've never been one to drink too little water. I've always been on the opposite end of that spectrum. I've always drank a little too much or overdid it a few occasions. But there's this one particular occasion that comes to mind where I just don't know how I made it. But if push came to shove at that moment, let's just say I would have probably had to take one for the team, and it would have been Team Vince. And I would have probably end up in trouble, big trouble. But there's just some things in life that I won't do again if I can avoid it. I won't do it again if I can avoid it. And this was definitely one of those things that I won't do again if I can avoid it. And it's not on the making a promise to myself and keeping a promise to myself. It's not on that level. It's not on the level of me not running out of petrol, me not running out of fuel, me not wanting to take that walk of shame to get the fuel, to get the petrol, to get the gasoline, to get the laissons and put it in the G-Rod and put it in the vehicle so I can go vroom, vroom again. I can't make that walk again. That doesn't build character. That is something that keeps me up at night and concerned during the day, because I can't let it happen again. I must do everything in my power to keep that promise to myself and never feel that way again. That walk of shame I wouldn't wish that kind of fate on my most fearsome nemesis or worst enemy, if you want to be alternative about it. Worst enemy. But what I speak of and what I'm speaking of isn't on that level where I need to make the promise to myself. It's definitely not on that level, but it's close. It's not on that level, but it's close. If I were to make another promise, it would be second down. It'd be number 3. Number 2 would be not blow up any more engines in my lifetime. I've blown up way too many engines in my lifetime. I would consider myself an expert of blowing up engines. But it's definitely something that I don't want to do anymore, but not on the level of making a promise to myself. But it's definitely something I'm hypersensitive about or hyper aware with. I am. I work out, and this enough times went by too. Enough time has went by. So the guilty, which is me, I'm protected. It's been long enough. Enough times passed by, but also I am the guilty. Therefore, I think it's okay. And it's time. Sharing is caring. And it is definitely time. I've been working out for a long time. And the thing about working out and exercising and so forth and so on, you want to stay hydrated. I don't think I've ever figured out the proper way or the correct way to hydrate. I just know how to test whether or not if I'm hydrated or dehydrated. Because when I use the restroom, or when I have to go to the bathroom, or when I have to relieve myself. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't have to say earmuffs. This is still a family program, a family show. I got you. I got you. No earmuffs, no earmuffs. But it's definitely going to take some maneuvering. It's definitely going to take some maneuvering. Because even with the what comes out, depending on the color, right, you can determine how hydrated or how dehydrated you are. The deeper the color, the deeper, the darker, the more visible the color is. That ain't good. From what I'm told, because right now I ain't on TV, so I'm not playing a doctor. I'm not on TV, so I'm not playing a doctor. But from what I'm told, from friends of a friends of a friends of a friends, and that person on TV, when it's dark or when it's rich in color like that, that means you're dehydrated. And the doctors and the people who profession that is, you can nod your head and agree if it's true, and you can shake your head if it's not, and you can raise your fist if you're feeling it. But you shouldn't be raising your fist. Not right now. That moment's coming. Not now. And then if it's more on a clearer side and little less color, you're sort of good, but then you don't want to go all one direction, one way or the other, because it's just not good. It just ain't. And see, I did my workout in the morning. I had a few classes throughout the day, but and I had to go a few places. And at this point in time, I didn't have my G-Ride. So for me to get in point A to point B, singing and dancing in the G-Ride, it wasn't none of that. I was getting from point A to point B on the train. I was getting from point A to point B on the subway. I was getting from point A to point B on the bus. I was getting from point A to point B to point C to point E, F, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, and W, and Z. I was getting all them points and places via public transportation. Also, I was still singing in my mind. Inner monologue was working, but I was definitely dancing. I was definitely still dancing, singing inside, dancing outer. You can visibly see the dancing. You can visibly see me just, making that chest pop and doing a little two-step and doing a little spin, a twirly twirl. No backflips though. No backflips. I never learned how to do a backflip. And even if I did know how to do backflips, doing a backflip, it seemed like it'd just mess up the rhythm. It'd just mess up the rhythm. I ain't trying to mess up the rhythm. I'm trying to just get my rhythm and keep my rhythm and even create some more rhythms of dances, that is, of dances. You don't want to go too far one way or the other way when it comes to being hydrated. And there's an easy way to tell if you have. Either your body's telling you, or you can see for yourself. And at this point in time, I didn't have my G-Ride because I blew up the engine, or somebody blew the engine up for me. I'm just going to take credit for it because I'm the expert when it comes to engine blowing up. So I blew up my engine. I didn't have access to my vehicle at the time because it was getting fixed. Yeah. I was doing the public transportation. I did a workout earlier that morning. Then I had to go a couple of places, then go to school, and then run some errands and here and there, and eat and go to the store. And I had everything calculated and planned out to a T. The I's was dotted too. But the one thing that I miscalculated, my calculations was just way off, was how much water did I intake? How much water did I drink? And when will this process of hydration simmer down? When will this process of me needing to go to restroom or go to the bathroom more often than not, when would that actually slow down or get down to a rate where I can guesstimate, I can formulate a hypothesis, and more likely than not, it'll be correct, and I don't have to sweat. I don't have to be worried. I don't have to be anxious about normal type stuff because I can't determine what, when, next. What's next? When next? So what, when, next? And this came up. It definitely came up a lot that day. The thing though, every trip that I made, every stop that I had, I was able to swiftly go to the restroom. Swiftly go to the restroom and all right, I'm good now. I'm good. Woo! I made it. And sitting there doing my happy dance because I made it. And it was close. Every single time that day was close. Where I was fearful. I was scared that I wasn't going to make it, but somehow everything turned out golden. There was this one time, the end of the day, so to speak, in the end of my running around, doing things, the end of the day for me to just go back to the crib and sing and dance there and make my chest pop there. So on the train back, I had already went to the restroom to start the process, right? Before I even got on the train going back. And this train ride was about, give or take, about an hour or somewhere a little bit above, depending on if it's express or not. And then you can throw some more time, depending on how I basically had enough time. I had enough time, or I thought I had enough time built up where another stop, I could make it. Or any other stop on that route or route, I can make it. Because I know where each and every stop, the restroom is located. And it's like right there. I can just easily just dupe and I'll just catch the next train, right? Because I ain't going on myself. I ain't doing number one on myself no more. And I ain't doing number two on myself no more. Not until I do the complete circle of life. When I do the complete circle of life, then I can revisit that moment. But right now, or not definitely right now, but at that age too, then, too far away from, completing the circle of life. So I can't go on myself. This train ride started off sort of shaky. Because they made an announcement saying something about a delay or something with the track and blah, 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 blah. I started to panic. I was like, wait a minute. I did not factor this in. I didn't think about this. I calculated everything down to the T, even the I being dotted. But I didn't realize that the T was capitalized and so was the I. So I didn't need to dot the I. I needed to do the same thing I did to the T, but now I need to do it to the I, but just on both sides. The top and the bottom. Both sides. So I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. And you get to that point mentally where you just singularly focus. You got this one track mind, singularly focused, everything else you done blocked out. I'm not singing anymore. In my mind, that is, because I'm thinking about something else. This ain't happening. This cannot be. I got that on my mind, singularly focused. I'm not dancing anymore. In fact, I'm sweating now. I'm sweating something serious. I'm like, wait, what? A delay? All right. I don't, hopefully this will be a learning lesson from success and not a failure. Fingers crossed. Fingers and toes crossed for sure. So I'm sweating. I'm worried. I'm concerned. A couple minutes went by. We're stopped. Complete stop. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I need to do something. So now I'm no longer sitting down. Now I'm standing up. I done gave my seat away. I'm standing up. Now I'm sort of pacing myself. I know I'm freaking everybody out on the train, but that's okay because I'm pacing myself. Pacing myself is slowing down the internal process that's going on. Pacing myself is slowing down the internal process that's going on because I'm not standing up. I'm not pacing myself. If I'm not doing my little dance, not the happy dance, but the other dance. If I ain't doing that dance and I wasn't doing it like I was proud and just showing off, I was doing it like you'd have to be paying a close attention to me to see what's going on. And then you'll be able to make it out. But just from the naked eye or just from a glance here and there, you just probably think that I'm cray-cray. That's fine. That's cool. Because I'd rather you think that I'm cray-cray than be cray-cray. There's a difference. Then they came back on, made another announcement. The, train engineer. So we're going to start moving again. But we got about another 5-minute delay before we can get back going. And at this point, I'm like, okay. This subtle movement ain't it. It ain't working. I need more action. So I decided to switch carts and basically go to another place on the train. So I went forward. I opened up the door, went to the next spot, looked around. Peeps looking at me like, okay, and don't worry, I don't want anything. I'm not selling you anything. My hand ain't out. I just need to be in motion. I just need to keep going that direction so I can be that much closer when we actually get to another stop so I can get out and I can go and be happy again or relieved again because I need some relief. So I do that, and then I do it again. And so by the time I do it the second time, the 5 minutes has passed by, and the train's like in motion. But now I'm at the point where I just can't move. No, I just can't move. Now I just gotta like twist and contort my body and just bring my limbs and just bring everything close and just try to keep everything sucked in and try to like not laugh, not breathe hard, not do anything. And my kidney or the insides of my insides, they were burning. The insides of my insides was not feeling good. The insides of my insides was something serious. I was feeling bad all over. The only thing that was missing was a headache. The only thing that was missing was a headache. And then we slowed down. We wasn't going the regular speed that we normally go. And I'm like, wait, what is going on? Now, my little subtle dance, it ain't subtle no more. My dance now, it is active. You don't have to just be paying attention. You can just like glance over and see. It's like, yeah, I think he got to use the restroom. I think he got to go. And then life played a trick on me. The universe played a trick on me. And then for a split second, I thought I was okay. For a split second, I thought everything was fine. I thought I had it under control. Then I realized that, nah, I still gotta go. And I gotta go now. I don't think I'm gonna make it a couple more minutes. I'm in my head. I'm formulating the exit strategy. I'm in my head. I'm formulating the exit strategy for when I get off the train. The moves I'm going to make. 1, to get off the train swiftly. 2, to avoid the people that's waiting for the train outside. And 3, when I do get to the spot and get to the place, how quickly am I going to be able to get everything out so I can go? I came up with my plan. My plan is rock solid. All I need now is all I need now is time. All I need now is time. Train speeds back up. I get a little bit of relief. Just a tad. Not much. Just a tad. Enough to make me feel like, okay, this can work. Then we get to the next stop, and the doors don't immediately open. So now, like a madman, I'm giving light taps on the doors so they can, open up. Why? Because I need to go. Why do I need to go? Because I got to go. And so that happened. Doors finally opened up. Everything that I envisioned in my head, it made sense and it worked out. And I got to the spot, the place, and it seems like when I was trying to go in for the zipper, I missed. And when I missed, I didn't go a second time. I was like, all right, fine. This is how it's going to be. I just went ahead and just dropped them pants and dropped everything. Was like, not today. Not today. And I just dropped everything and just went for what I knew. Dropped everything. Was like, I'm glad I practiced controlling back in the day. I'm glad I practiced controlling myself when I was younger. When I was younger, I used to be like, wee, look at me. Yay, I can do something. I can do something that I don't think people can do. Yeah. And it's a good thing that I had so much practice when I was younger with that and swinging around and, making moves and stuff. Because it came in to play then. I was able to just drop everything and just keep control and keep everything forward and not spray all over the place. Because if it would have sprayed all over the place, I would have failed. And I would have probably had to do some finger push-ups. I would probably do some finger push-ups with other peeps that was in there. And I don't think I would have won each and every individual match. I would have lost all of them. And it would have been okay because I would have been in the wrong. And I would have definitely main reason I'd have been in the wrong because I did it to myself. Now, if I would have just did it to everybody else and not myself, then I'd be like, all right, the chips fall where they may. It is what it is. You shouldn't have been there. Whoops, my bad. Put it on a t-shirt. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case because in my younger days, I was able to practice and I was able to get that control down, and control played a part then. It played a part then. But from that day on, from that day forward, I learned that day for sure that, hey, all this hydration, dehydration, jazz and noise is good and great when you have access. When you ain't got access and you dependent and ain't independent, ooh, you gotta figure out what's more important than you. And for me, it ain't going on myself. It ain't going on myself. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out the website at extra.vdgsports.com. That is extra.vdgsports.com. This episode is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is when you keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, and everything in between. There's a YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, share. Basically, do whatever it is you do there. Comment. You know what time it is. And you know what to do. Should I give it to you? Peace. Out. I changed it. It was different, but it wasn't what you wanted.